It's embarrassing. I'm not very good at this, but at least I'm trying. So it's the next day, and I need to fix those tabs and make some proper tabs for this part of the box here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start out a little different approach this time. I'm gonna make some cardboard templates, make them all bitchin', and then trace them out on the metal, and then, you know, cut it with a jigsaw or something nice. That's the plan, at least. Let's see how it goes. Oh. Something like that there. This is a better way to do it, for sure. I just gotta mark it. I can't hold it. Down here. Can you see what I'm doing? I don't know. I can't even tell. I should get the little clamp. Anyways. Oh, that's terrible. I got an idea. That's better. So this is my idea for that right one. It's all nasty, but you know, and I'll move this over so it's in the center. But that looks way better than that junk I did yesterday. Let's see if I can make this happen, though. Because making a pattern is one thing, but actually making it out of metal is something completely different. Now, I know that when I go to weld these like really thin spots, they're kind of just burn off. So I don't feel like I need that, right? Yeah, I need that. Cut those off. Tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that looks better. So let's cut this business out here. I'm gonna leave it a little bit bigger than my drawing. All right, there's our first tab. Now, well, how close is this to the other side? Ooh, so close. So I made the other side. And it's damn near perfect. This is the money right here. Okay, this one's just a little bit longer than that one. Get your mind out of the gutter. This one's me, this one's you. I want to get a precise spot to put the hole for the bolt. And I really struggle with this. One of the hardest things. They always come misaligned. I'm going to try to just mark this with a Sharpie and see if it'll come off onto the template that I have here. Really frustrating. Nope, that didn't work. Oh boy. I have another idea. I have this thing. I don't know if it's going to shoot all the way through that tube, but I'm going to give it a shot because I don't know what else to do. Holy cow. Kind of an idea of where it is. Oh, that's actually a pretty good indication, isn't it? That's not good enough. This is why I don't have precise spots, because I can't figure this out. Maybe I do it a bunch of times. Nope, same result. So how do you guys do this? How do you get these perfect spots? Try this again. That's actually pretty darn good. You can see the whole circle in it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that's going to work. That's that one. That's pretty good too. It almost cut it. So you can see just the center hole there. That's good. I wonder how I'm going to do that with the metal now. Do I drill a hole in this and... Well, let's get these made out of metal and then I'll try and figure that out. I am terrible at this. I'm like, they look just as bad as the ones I was upset about yesterday. Look at this. It's like, I need a laser cutter or some shit. Like, that's why everyone buys those really fancy tables, so that they could make simple brackets like this. I should have gone to Jordan's house. I'm gonna go try to clean these up the best I can out on my wheel. I'm not gonna take the camera and all that stuff out there. It's just boring grinding. And I'll probably be out there for a while because these are a mess. But yeah, wish me luck. I think actually ended up coming out pretty nice, to be honest with you. I mean, they're not perfectly cut, but without having any fancy tools and struggling, I think they're going to do pretty good. All right, I gotta figure out some way to line up the holes on these tabs, because I don't want that to be the one thing that messes them up. So let me work on that for a minute and I'll come back. So I think I got a pretty good mark here. I don't know if that's even visible, but it's just a little off center. So I'm just gonna move it over a little bit and I should be good. I'm gonna bolt it to the steering to make sure all the bolts line up and then tack it in. So yeah, I'm gonna drill holes in these things. There we go. What a pain in the butt this is going to be. Hey, that's why I wanted to drill these holes first. Oh, I think it's it. It's so close. I feel like I need to just trim a little bit off of the bottom of this here, or I can make the hole just a hair bigger. But I like it being super, like that hole being super tight. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think that's gonna do it. That actually came out pretty good in my book. I think it looks nice. My bolt's not quite long enough, which is a little frustrating, but I'm going to take this all apart. I'm going to clean up the spots where I'm going to have to weld, get the paint off of it, and then put the bolt back in, and yeah, weld her up, tack it in, weld her up. Oh. All right, I'm gonna take just a quick break, get my welder all set up over here to tack these in, and then I'm gonna tack them in. Actually, it came out pretty good, huh? I'm gonna tack them in and then take the motor out again, do a full weld on them, and one thing off the list, paint it and be done. My bolt is too short though, which is a little frustrating. So I need a little bit longer bolt. Yeah. still, it's progress, and I'm not so sad with those brackets. They don't look bad. Cool. All right, we got a special guest guy here today. Later, too. Take it easy. Have fun.
Later.
So I got the tabs in there, and I'm about to weld them in. Pulled everything back out again. I know these welds are not going to be beautiful because it's going to be hard to get in there, but we're going to knock it out, get it done. State. Oh, it's gonna be tough to get that stuff. Didn't sound fabulous, did it? Doesn't look fabulous either. Great. Perfect. It wouldn't be the same if it looked good when I welded it. Hard to see in there. What the fuck? It's terrible. Shit in there or something? What's happening? Oh, I see. I'm hitting another bracket. It's gonna have to be good. I don't know how you guys weld in these super tight spots like that, but that's pretty nasty and ugly looking, but that's all I can do. Yeah, let that cool off, and then I'll come back and put a coat of paint on it real quick. Then I'll reassemble it. And then I can start working on the actual steering shaft. Cool, almost there. A little bit of a rainy day today, which is nice. Ben's looks like it's getting cleaned up. I did some wiring. I just started working on this thing before I hit record. So same shit, just putting stuff together. I got to make this shaft here next. I think is what I'm going to do. Start piecing together the shafts. Then it's just about running power to the system and plugging her in. So yeah, let's do that. Set up the camera. And I just did a little bit of electrical, so I got all my like kind of strippers and stuff out. But I just wanted to connect these two units together, which I did with that wire there. I got to figure out some way to secure that too, so it's not flopping around in there. Yeah. I really want to finish this today. I don't want to work on this power steering anymore. I still have to... This tire keeps going flat, so I'm going to swap this with the spare and put a one of those sidewall patches on it. The leak is over here on the inside sidewall. And I got to do my flag. I wanted to check my whip and see if my whip still works. I don't think it does, but I want to check it for our night rides. And I've got a new water pump and fan coming. I think I'm just going to keep them as spares. If I continue to have we think that the reason my car shuts off is maybe that system's getting overloaded, but I never had any problems with it before. Maybe one of those two units is going out. I don't know, but those are things I have to get done before we go camping. And I got to get a spare tire done for the trailer, which I should probably do that today. Yep, that's the jam. And I got that one just sitting in there right now, so I can check the length of it. I gotta weld this part of the joint on. Yeah, that part right there. That part of the joint. So I marked it right there with a Sharpie. I'm gonna pull it out. All right, so that's the shaft from the steering wheel. And I thought I was gonna have to grind this off and try to save some of that, but I do not. I'm gonna cut it like right there. It's gonna be perfect. Yep. Some good stuff right there. That'll save me quite a bit of time. Yep. I'm gonna cut that off, get these things all lined up and ready, weld them around, and start installing them. probably be better if I didn't start and stop a bunch of times, but what the fuck? I'm gonna let that cool off a minute so I can just put a little bit of spray paint on this the raw metal here, so it doesn't look like that one again, all rusty. So I'm gonna install these, and then all I have left to do is run the power from the battery to the unit itself, and this job is complete. And I hate electrical. Ugh. While that stuff dries, I think I'm gonna start pulling out that wire and get this end started here, all made up and everything, and then you know, run it through the car and get to the end, and then find out what length I want it to be, and then do that end. So that's the next jam. So excited. It's nice outside though. It's really making me wish that I could make money just working out of a shop and building cars. I could be anywhere in the world, be snowing outside, inside tinkering, nice little fireplace maybe. Just be amazing. Well, I ran into a problem. My wiring is 8 gauge. The fuse I need to put in line is 8 gauge. And the biggest connectors I have are 10 gauge, which is awesome. So I need to source some 8 gauge connectors, and I can't find them on Amazon. Well, the ring connectors I can't find on Amazon. I can find the, I like this Wi-Fi brand, and well, obviously I'm missing a bunch of stuff to do anything else today, so I'm gonna call it a day and wrap this stuff up. But the connectors and stuff that I need should be here tomorrow. I mean, Amazon usually delivers kind of late in the day, so I'll probably bolt together the steering components before I deal with all the electrical stuff. But hopefully tomorrow I can get this thing finished, done. We shall see. But James did let me borrow his crimper, which is pretty rad. And yeah, then I'll have to clean up this mess and be done. Throw this thing up on my lift and check for any cracks. Seems to be like a crack thing happening in our little group. But I haven't seen any that I could notice from here, but I haven't put it up on the lift. We'll see. Anyways, that's it for today. I'm done. I'm having a really hard time getting any motivation today. I had to go to the doctor's this morning. It's late. It's already 11:30, and I haven't been able to touch the car at all. And I have a little issue now that I'm going to be dealing with. But yeah, I got the main power cable made and kind of half-fast routed. It's going to go something like that, and then into the other loom when I take this stuff out. And you know, I got to run all the way back here to the battery and make the terminal ends on that, which that's not a big deal. Then I have to put this in, which is also not big of a deal, not that big of a deal. And what else? Oh, and all the steering linkage. And I just I know if I just start one part of it and get going on it, I'll be perfectly fine, but I just am like having a hard time. And this tire obviously has a slow leak, and I got this glue tread, which I want to put on this tire before we go and swap this with my spare, because my spare's been holding air, and use the one with the glue tread as my spare. But I want it to hold air. I don't want it going flat every night. That's about 3 days of leakage, so it's not terrible, but it's not great. All right, the power, everything's all in for the power steering. I just need to finish that nightmare tomorrow. But it powers up, it does the clicks it's supposed to do. It kicked my butt today. Yeah, I got it all in through there. Of course, I didn't have any black zip ties because James and Justin bought all the black zip ties in town, so I had to use yellow, which I don't mind. My door's yellow. It's all good, right? Got a little battery tender wired in today, which I'm stoked on. But yeah, that's about it. I just need to do that tomorrow. And then mount this somewhere. James is saying I shouldn't mount it. Just turn it on high and zip tie it here somewhere, which that's a really good possibility that I do that, because it'll be a lot easier than all that business. Yeah. What a pain. Yeah, and I went to the doctor's today, and there's something wrong with my foot. It's gonna be tough to drive a manual car with a cast on your left foot. We'll see what happens. Maybe I just take the cast off for the weekend. Later. Well, like I said before, I'm having a hard time documenting what I'm doing because I just get into it and forget to record. So what I just did just now was I had to take the rack off to get that last shaft in there. Which, if you've ever done this, it's a really big pain in the butt. But I got it in there, and I'm looking pretty good. It's nice out today again, but I'm looking pretty good to get this wrapped up. Hopefully today. Yeah, sweet. Oh man, look what I just noticed. Dang it. Add another thing to the list. All right, I'm gonna keep charging on. All right, steering is complete. Steering is done. It's in, it's working. I just tested it. When I turn the ignition on, it gets really easy to turn the steering wheel. It's awesome. I don't think I have anything else to do on the front end, so I'm gonna button up the front end, put the hood back on, and start knocking out the other things I have to do, like this tire. This tire needs to get a patch on it. I got one of these glue treads. We'll see how that works. And then I want to swap this wheel with that wheel. And then I want to mount my flag. And I want to change the water pump and that fan too. So I still got quite a bit to do, but I'm nearing the finish line. It feels really good. It'll probably be done today. I'm stoked. I can pack and get ready to go camping. Well, I think that's pretty much it. That front end is done. Yeah, I know I'm doing a terrible job of like recording my progress and what I'm doing, but I spent most of the day loading the motorhome full of groceries because the next 2 days is supposed to rain. So look at that. A lot of military planes are flying around today. Anyways, I just want to show you really quick what I just got done. You know, when these whips are so tall, and I got to have a ridiculously big flag on there because America, and it tends to like just lay over on the ground. So I put these cables on here. I made these little crimped ends and, you know, attach it to here. I used to have just some what's that stuff called? This stuff here. I used to just tie some of this on there, but I kind of felt like, what is that stuff called? Paracord. Yeah, I couldn't think of it. But yeah. So just got a little crimper and did my little crimp in. So yeah, I had to pull it out to do it. And guess what? I was able to drive my car with my boot. So I may not take it off. We will see. If it's super cold, I'll take it off. But if it's not bad, then I probably won't take it off. How's that for a background right there? Yeah, America. Cool. I just have a little bit of business to do back here, and I think I'm ready, but I was kind of saving the Baja work for Thursday and Friday because it's going to be raining so bad. And I got to be loaded, completely loaded and ready to go on Saturday, which I think we're not expecting rain on Saturday. And I'll be able to load the car on the trailer and all that business and be ready to leave on Sunday. Let's go. Yep, I've been doing a terrible job of recording or anything. I've been working pretty hard on this car. And we got another batch of oil in the smudge pot. This is shock oil from Steven. And it's been burning for a few hours now. It looks like it might be getting close to the end. But look at that, shock oil burning absolutely clear. No smoke. It's not super hot like diesel, but it's still working. Anyways, what I've been up to, I've been kind of dilly-dallying around back here with the, it's been rainy and nasty out, so I've been kind of trying to stay inside. But I just put a new pump on, water pump on for the intercooler, and a new fan on for the intercooler, because we were having some electrical issues back here, and I don't know what it was being caused by. I'm thinking maybe it was the one of these two units dying, but I'm saved them both the old ones. So yeah, and then I've changed the wire. The electrical used to come through the engine here, come out and poke across here, and there's a big mess of junk right here. And I'm gonna run it up here on the cage, on the inside of the cage, down this pipe right here, or this tube, and to the units, so it's looks a little bit better. And I put some zip ties on this stuff. I mean, I don't know what to do, how you could possibly make this better, and put some, maybe some brackets, make some brackets for them, but I'm not gonna mess with any of that because it's worked, and that stuff is going away with the new motor, so I don't want to spend much time on that. Anyways, yeah, that's it. That's the deal. I'm waiting on a pigtail that's going to be here tomorrow. I also need to, if you notice, my car is like, it's like lower in the front now for some reason. I think that old beam was messed up, so the new beam is letting it kind of work a little bit. And so I'm going to jack it up and raise up the front a little bit. So that's one other thing that I have to do. But I think that's it. Just this little bit of wiring, which I'll get this wiring knocked out and ready to plug in the new pigtail when I get it tomorrow. I'll get it like super close. And then, I got all day tomorrow to work on it. I would love to be loaded up completely tomorrow, but if it's rainy and nasty out, I'm not gonna go pull the coach over here. I may have to move my lift out of the way so I can pull the coach up in here and have it ready to go. But we'll see. I'm gonna try to upload this. I think the next video will be us in the desert. Yeah. Can't wait. It's gonna be a blast. But I just got little things to do here and there, and I'm done. Peace out.